Hey there, Star Wars fans, this is Wesatron. Today we're taking a look at Hasbro's Star Wars The Black Series Boba Fett action figure. This figure is from Series 2 and was originally released as the SDCC exclusive that came with Han Solo and Carbonite, which, if you didn't know, the Jabba that's coming out this summer in SDCC, supposedly the Carbonite Han may have some interactivity with that set. So that's pretty cool. This guy is just the basic release, so he comes with only slightly fewer accessories. I think the only main thing he's missing is the Han Solo, and I don't think there's like many paint differences or anything. But let me go ahead and get his blaster out of his hands here. This does hook in there pretty well, so it's a little tricky to get out. There we go. And here we've got our action figure. Mr. Boba Fett here is very nicely articulated, very cool. We've got a ball-jointed head, so you get some nice range there, and then it's on a hinge as well, so in addition to being able to look down, you can also look further down or further up, which is really good if you're the kind of person who prefers Boba Fett to actually use his jetpack and not just fall into a Sarlacc pit, which is canon. He's got a ball-jointed mid-torso. It's a little bit hindered by the belt. The belt actually causes a lot of problems. He actually has the ratchet in his midsection too. I didn't realize that. Maybe they all do. But yeah, pretty limited there as far as that goes. Not much to the left and right. It's kind of wanting to bounce back, but you do get a little bit of forward and back, which is not too bad. Swivel hinges in the shoulders. Go all the way around. You kind of going to have to dodge the backpack a little bit. And then they go out to about there, which is pretty nice considering his shoulders are armored. On the left arm, the next point is the swivel hinge elbow. On the right arm, it's actually a swivel just below the biceps area, because where this hose is attached to this piece of the arm, if you were to just have the ball-jointed elbow, then whenever you turned it, you would eventually rip that or break it or something of that nature. So it's really cool that they thought ahead of that and decided to make that movable as well. Plus, it gives you slightly better posing when it comes to holding his blaster, which is pretty cool. But you do get about, if I can bend his elbow here, you do get about 90 degrees, pretty close, not perfect, but not bad. And rotation. The gauntlets are, if I can straighten that out, the gauntlets are rotatable as well. So there's a point there, and then we have swivel hinges in the wrist, and both go all the way around and then hinge in and out, as opposed to up and down. So pretty cool. In the hips, we have very nice ball joints, but unfortunately the belt is such a problem that you can hardly use them. So your forward mobility is only going to go from about here to about there. Like, you can try pushing it forward more, but see, the pockets here on the pants actually butt up against the pockets on the belt. These big pouches here, and they're very stiff plastic. Hasbro did not hollow the backs of these out so that they would be able to flex. These are completely solid, so when you push forward on his leg, you only get to go forward about that far. So if you want to combat that, you can move this out of the way, but it's very stiff, and then you can kind of get a little bit more range, so you can get about to there. So it's not too bad, but if I was Hasbro, I definitely want to hollow these out so they wouldn't be as much of a problem as they are. And out to the side is very nice. You get a very nice range of motion there. Swivels in the upper thigh, very, very cool. Double hinges in the knees, get you first point almost 90 degrees, not too bad. And then, excuse this cape, second point goes all the way back, which is very, very nice. They did a great job. In the ankles, we do not have any swivels in the calves, unfortunately, but in the ankles we do have very far back range and slightly forward range, not much at all on the ankles, unfortunately. Yeah, it's a bit of a bummer. And then we've got the rotation that we've been having, the new swivel hinges that they do that offers the foot the ability to go back and forth. So you do a wide stance, you can kind of tilt these in a little bit, and they will stand flat-footed. The unfortunate part is, without calf swivels, as I've said before, once you get them like that, they have a tendency to fall forward because their feet aren't locked straight. So you kind of have to fiddle with them a little bit, and then kind of bend their legs. And then they stand a little better. So not too bad. Overall, he's a pretty well-articulated action figure. And he also comes with some very nice accessories. So let's go ahead and zoom in and see what those are like. So up close you can see that Boba Fett here has a lot of detail on him. All kinds of dings, notches, scratches, done with both paint and sculpt, and they look very, very good. They did a really, really good job On the left shoulder here, we have the Mandalorian symbol. Up here on the helmet, I guess this is a kill count. We've got the classic ding up in the dome. There's a slight gloss to the actual helmet visor so that it gives off a little bit more light when you turn it. Pretty cool there. His rangefinder's got pretty stiff plastic, so it's not going to bend too much out of shape, but also isn't going to break on one tumble, you know. He's got his Wookiee braids down here on the right side. All his various symbols, I don't know what they all mean, but they look very, very cool. Yes, he's got his other little symbol back here. The jetpack is removable, if I remember right. Yeah. You just kind of pull it out. It pegs in pretty deep. And it looks very, very nice on its own. Nice paint apps and everything. And the missile is not removable. And on his back you can see where he's got the D-clips or whatever that would have held it in place. Still on there. Very cool. Very nice detail on the belt. The shawl here, or cape, whatever you want to call it, if you are to actually stretch it out, they've got it nice and folded in package, but it's just pretty much a line on a cloth. I'm going to leave it kind of packed up in there so that it doesn't get too rowdy whenever I'm trying to pose him. But yeah, very, very nice on the details. His gauntlets are just absolutely incredible, as are his gloves. You look at all the tiny details, it's amazing. I love the little blue and red buttons here on the left glove. And then he's got his little rocket here. I can't remember if this was the flamethrower or the little line shooter thing that he fires at Luke. I can't remember, but it looks really, really, really nice. All the little details are just absolutely incredible. They did an outstanding job with peg holes on the bottom of the feet. Now, as far as extra accessories, besides the jetpack, we've also got his tiny little blaster. I don't actually remember if he ever used this in the movies, but it is cool that it's represented either way. I really, really like it. It's very simple. There's not a whole lot to it, but there probably wasn't a whole lot to the original anyway. So very, very cool. And that does fit into a nice soft holster here at his side for storage. There we go. Very, very cool. And then his other blaster is really cool. This is based off of a revolver. I can't remember which one, but it looks really, really nice. We've got some nice details here on the stock of the gun. There's nothing on the very tip, but it looks really, really good. Unfortunately, it is a bit bendy. You can see where it's kind of gone like that, sort of like a wave. So that's a bit unfortunate. I might be able to bend that back with some water, but overall the detail on it is very nice, and if you look very closely you'll see a little bit of metallic dry brushing on the barrel just to kind of help bring out those details and add some realism. So very, very cool. I really, really like what they did with this Boba Fett figure. So value-wise, the biggest thing this guy's got going for him is that he's Boba Fett. Everybody likes Boba Fett. People who don't even like Star Wars like Boba Fett. He's just a really cool character. He's got a really cool design. So, I mean, that's huge. Right now, this guy is very, very hard to find. If you can find him, $20 is going to be the least you'll pay for him. So, in that regards, he's not bad at all for the price. They are going to be re-releasing him soon in Series 4, I think. Series 4 or 5. I think it's 4. So you will have another shot at getting him. So no, don't necessarily go out and, you know, be ready to pay 40 or 50 bucks for this guy. But I mean, even when he gets re-released, there's not a 100% chance you'll be able to find him at retail. So as an action figure alone, he is a really solid figure for the value. You get a really well articulated action figure, lots of paint apps, tons of great paint apps. Just aside from the actual paint that's on the figure for various things like the different color buttons and things, he's got little bits of washes here and there. He's got a lot of depth to him. He looks like a great figure on your shelf. He poses great with all the other figures. He's a great standalone piece. On top of all that, you've got the small blaster pistol, you've got his blaster rifle, you've got his removable backpack, and you have a soft goods cape in there. I know not everybody likes soft goods, but it actually looks pretty good at this scale. And because it's not, you know, like a full-on cloak and everything. So he's still a pretty solid deal at 20 bucks. If you're able to find this guy for less than 30, I would say go ahead and pick him up. You probably will not regret it. He's an outstanding looking figure. Probably the best Boba Fett I've seen, but then again, I haven't seen the up-close, you know, 6-scale ones or anything like that. So, but a very, very nice action figure. Compared to the other figures in the line, he's a great steal. So So definitely pick him up if you get the chance. He's so cool. Thanks for tuning in. All the comments and subscribers are really appreciated. If you have any questions about this guy, please hit me up below. I'll be glad to answer any questions you have about him. And if you haven't already, please subscribe. I've got a lot more Star Wars reviews coming up, lots of Marvel Legends reviews, some Japanese figures, all kinds of stuff. So stick around. I'll hope to bring you some good things. So thanks for watching. I'll talk to you later, guys. Bye.